All right, so today I'd like to talk to you about, okay, so a lot of the people that come to this distance healing are familiar with the Bengston Method. And part of the Bengston Method is a technique called image cycling. And when I first learned about image cycling, it was, I think, probably 1998, 1999. And I was talking to Bengston, and he said that he had this list of about 20 items in his list, and he was whirling it around at, hundreds of cycles a second while he was clairvoyantly figuring out what was going on with the patient I'd brought him, and treating them. And I just thought he was very special. I knew the results he got, so I kind of just put him on this pedestal and said, oh, he's like this supernatural person who can see 20 things at once while he's eating ice cream and doing all these different things. And it actually stopped me from learning the method for the longest time, and I didn't just say, hey, what do you mean by that? So it took me 10 years after that to actually hunker down and figure out how to do that. And I don't want it to take you that long, because often when you come to this method, it's because you have a health crisis. You or somebody you really care about really needs to get well, and you don't have time to just be blocked. You want to just try it, do what the college try. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. Move on. So I want to save you those 10 years, okay? So now just know that I'm not affiliated with Bengston. So these are my thoughts about his method. If you want to learn his method, you should learn it from him. If you want me to help you with how I've evolved in this method, then you can. I'd still want you to learn the basics from him, and then I can help you really integrate them. So the thing that I wished I'd learned from Bengston back then, and with all due respect, he might have tried to tell me this, but I was busy thinking that it was impossible to cure cancer, and that it was some supernatural thing. But anyway, the thing that I wished I would have known back then, that would have given my subconscious a reason to just okay, let's do the work and learn how to do this, rather than oh, it's special, I can't do this, was that there's 3 distinct phases to image cycling. And if you confuse them, or if you're trying to do one while you're doing the other, it doesn't work very well. So the 3 phases are planning, drilling, and letting go. So the planning phase is when you're thinking of about 20 images that you want, of things that you want that you don't have. Bengston's got a whole bunch of rules about how to create this list, and you program them and all that. The next phase is drilling. Drilling is where you actually memorize them, and you go image, 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 image. Sorry about the internet. And it's very different than the dreamy storytelling, oh, this is what I want my life to be part. You're actually working very strenuously in your mind to separate the emotions from the images that you just so carefully programmed to be attached to them. So it's a very different exercise there. And then the third part is the letting go of all that, and yet you're still with it. And that would be like hypercycling or beyond hypercycling. And if you are trying to see all the images while you're hypercycling, you don't understand the method very well. And if you're trying to spin while you're trying to do image, 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 or while you're trying to just live in slow motion into your thoughts and dreams of the future, of possibilities for yourself, that can actually dissipate the emotional connections that you actually want to have. So you do the very slow motion of planning, telling a story, thinking, pondering, journaling. Then you do the image, image, image. That's the next phase. You let go of both of those to do the hypercycling and to do and then you're just going very, very, very fast. And it's like your foot is in two worlds at the same time. Part of you has all those images in a different dimension, and part of you is in the here and now. When you let go, you don't let go into the sky. You let go into the here and now. So like right now, I'm hypercycling while I'm talking. All right, I could also be walking my dog, doing dishes. I could be reading something. I can be multitasking when I'm hypercycling. I can't be multitasking when I'm going image, 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 image. Actually, I could be cycling then, but that's pretty hard to do initially. And the same thing with the planning. When you're really thinking carefully about what you want to put on your list, you want to do that in a very slow, loving, gentle, careful way, so that you get the pictures just right and that they will really work for you. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. So if you are completely new to the Bengston Method and you just found my Facebook page, welcome. I'm going to teach you a very abbreviated version I'm going to skip the planning and the drilling, and we're just going to the letting go phase. It's not as powerful as if you were to also include the first two phases. But for beginners, I noticed that just hypercycling, just doing a simple spinning meditation, allows you to be cooling down tumors, taking away pain, doing a lot of image cycling, and how you work with frequency medicine. Doesn't have to have the 20 images on it. Okay, I do think that it's good to have the 20 images there, but I used to lose people because they felt it was too hard. And now what I do is I get people started very simply with my octave resonance spinning. Just basically spin a friggin' ball behind your head. It's that easy. And then you watch, something's different going on. So that's what I want to do now. With all of you. Thank you for being here. We're going to do a simple spinning meditation. And if you happen to know image cycling, you can certainly do that. It's just a deepening of a simple spinning practice. Okay? All right. If you are watching this on YouTube, you're welcome to join us with the group Distance Healing. Just join the Spirit Gate Cancer Support Facebook group. If you have any comments about this, like what do you think about these three phases? Or maybe you think of I can think of ways to think of it as one thing, of two things, of three things. I can put the Bengston Method into 4 categories, and I can put it into about 6 or 7 categories. So what do you think about this 3? Did it help you to put image cycling into these 3 phases? And what do you think about that? Okay, I'd love your comments. All right, it'll help me teach people and maybe help you learn. When you write down what you know, it helps you too. All right, good. All right, so now let's go into the actual distance